This is why many consider these the world's most dangerous sharks. Bull sharks are rule breakers. While most sharks need salt water to survive, bull sharks can also troll freshwater lakes and rivers. The winter months sees the arrival of gentler giants. Humpback whales. They make the long journey from Antarctica to breed in Madagascar's coastal waters. Here, in the calm, warm sea, their calves grow strong before they turn south once more. Humpbacks are not the only whales here. This is the mysterious Omura's whale. The first of its kind was seen alive in 2015, making it the most recently identified whale species on Earth. These long, streamlined whales lead a mostly solitary life. Eating only plankton, these 9-meter whales feed by straining their food through sieve-like baleen that hangs in their top jaw in rows. Long, deep grooves along their throats expand like an inflated balloon, collecting plankton-rich water with each enormous gulp. It's not just the sea creatures that are huge here. Sometimes, Madagascar's plants and creatures seem to defy the norm in terms of scale. With leaves as large as umbrellas and birds as small as butterflies, you wouldn't be blamed if you thought you'd fallen down Alice's rabbit hole. And then there's the insects. Some are huge, but with so many predators about, they have each developed their own anti-predator strategy. Some caterpillars are equipped with long hairs that make it more difficult for parasites, like wasps, to penetrate and lay eggs beneath the caterpillar's soft skin. As an added bonus, some of these hairs can be toxic, acting as a warning, telling predators in search of a meal to keep looking. Other caterpillars here do their best to blend into the foliage. At this stage of their lives, most caterpillars are voracious eaters, moving from branch to branch as they munch their way across their favorite leafy plant. One they have waited their whole lives for. And some take this to a whole new level. With a wingspan of nearly 20 centimeters, this comet moth is one of the largest silk moths on Earth. As adults, they only live for about a week. They have both a mouth and a gut, but neither functions. It's a race against the clock to find a mate and reproduce. topple his rock-shaped opponent onto his back. The victorious male claims mating rights with a watching female. The oldest known radiated tortoise grew to 188 years old. A long life for an animal, but for a baobab tree, it's hardly any time at all. These trees prepare for a remarkable display. Their flowers, nearly 30 centimeters in length, can open in less than 60 seconds, exposing their sap. An irresistible delicacy for one of the smallest of all lemurs, weighing in at less than 70 grams. Their incredible memory for the layout of their forest home helps mouse lemurs find their way through the canopy. A sip of this sugar-filled sap is all the energy these little creatures need to start their day. In return for breakfast, the pollen collected in their fur is transported and pollinates other flowers as they move through the trees. by snoozing through the entire disaster. As the sun sets, it's time for her to hunt. She's got a lot of catching up to do. She mostly targets insects, but she's not fussy. The daytime creatures should be settling into sleep. But there is a lingering tension in the air. The scent of a hunter is making the lemurs nervous. A fossa emerges from the shadows. The lemurs are right to panic. Lemurs are her food of choice. But they pale in comparison to this odd-looking reptile. They aren't the only masters of disguise. Despite his name, the Madagascan tree boa spends much of his time on the ground, blending in with the leaf litter. Only when he's hunting does he take to the trees. He'll hang almost completely motionless, waiting for a passing bat or bird to swoop too close. Thermoreceptive pits along his mouth detect temperature differences, making him a heat-seeking missile. His fast-flicking tongue picks up chemical signals, like the taste of road. Coils do the rest. There's one small group of creatures here whose mere presence is a complete conundrum. Iguanas. Most of them live in the Americas, in webs to catch food. While most spiders are solitary creatures, this lynx spider is one of the few spiders on Earth that tolerates the company of others of her species. She only spins a web for her 200 eggs and spiderlings. She's not to be messed with. She'll aggressively defend them. Once they're ready, she uses her jaws to tear open the egg sac to help her young emerge. It's not just in the world of spiders that the females reign supreme. Nestled between towering cliffs, the rocky terrain of Anza is home to Madagascar's most famous celebrities. Ring-tailed lemurs. Despite the stories, ring-tailed lemur society is not ruled by a king, but rather by a queen. She rules the roost and has her pick of mates within the group. The others bow to her, and she forms the focal point for the family as a whole. Females stay in one group their entire lives, while males migrate from group to group. Unlike most lemurs, the ring-tailed lemurs spend much of their day on the ground, up to 50%. will give birth around the same time.